99.9% of the comments that we get on YouTube and pretty much all social media are positive comments about our content or keto or the benefits that people have seen doing keto. But there's always a couple of comments. They all kind of sound the same. And I think that since so many of you resonate with our content and leave wonderful comments, that the ones that are kind of negative towards keto or us, they tend to stick out a lot. And a lot of the times, especially on other social media, I think like TikTok is probably the worst. More often when we post a recipe or something having to do with keto or our success with keto, we get comments like, keto is a cult. Or like that we're spreading some kind of keto cult information or disinformation about keto. So we thought we would talk about that today. Is keto a cult? And the answer is maybe. So Sarah and I have been keto for 3 years this time, but we started doing keto in high school. And back then it was called Atkins because we mainly stuck to the induction phase of the Atkins diet when we did this diet back then. Of course, we would fall off and gain everything back and more and blah, blah, blah. But we were very enthusiastic about this magical way of eating that made us shed weight really fast. And while we never thought of it as a lifestyle at that point, I'll just be honest, we did talk to everybody about it, and people would kind of act like we were trying to sell something or that we were kind of crazy, or because we were just so excited because nothing we had ever done worked before. And we did keto and it was just so natural and the weight just started falling off. When we talk about keto, we're talking from decades of experience and we do not come from a medical background. That's why Sarah and I like to call our channel a keto lifestyle channel, where we try out recipes or trends or just talk to you guys about like the emotional aspects of this lifestyle, because we're not medical professionals. So we don't like answering questions about, health problems. Sarah and I, other than being obese, we're in pretty good health. All we have to talk about is recipes and our personal experience.
We like to think of ourselves as guides, not a guru.
Or an expert. We are just people who've lived it. And we like to focus on maybe more like the mental and emotional part of losing weight. And we like to intuitively do keto. It's not a macros thing. It's not testing our blood. We've never done that. We never had to lose weight. It's more about eating the right type of food. Your body knows what it is. You stop eating at the right time. You change your habits. You lose weight. That's the way that we operate. But there are so many different types of keto, okay? And there are so many people who believe that they're doing the right type of keto and everybody else who doesn't is wrong. They like to be vocal while typing. They like to be vocal in their...
Caps lock.
Yeah, caps lock, exclamation point. Whenever I see that, I just go into like the face, I call it. Like, you shouldn't be eating that because it causes inflammation. You're not winning hearts and minds when you talk like that to anybody, especially us. And you're not going to make a point if you act all crazy because you believe, and it might be true, that vegetable oil causes inflammation, and therefore if someone uses vegetable oil, they should be shamed. That is why I agree with some of these people that keto might be a cult, okay? Because you found this thing and you're really excited about it and you're losing weight and you want to tell everybody about it and everybody's looking at you going, what's in it for you?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, what's in it for us is that we enjoy making videos like we have since we were children. And so keto is a category which we've chosen because it fits so well with our lifestyle. But the true passion is not only keto, but making videos. So Sarah can relate with this because I think that anybody who has a passion about anything that goes against societal norms is seen to have cult-like behavior. And I can even see it in the levels of keto.
For example, I am really excited about creating content and being a YouTuber, and I just feel like I found like a passion that I can put all of my energy into. And sometimes I tell other people that they can also start this type of business or whatever, content creation, YouTuber, because I just love it so much that I want to share it with other people. And I guess it comes off that I am in a cult or something, and I'm trying to convince them to also be part of my YouTuber cult. When that's not the case at all, and I really have nothing to sell anybody that I try to help with content creation or creating a business like that. So I guess if you're really passionate about something and you're trying to convince other people to be part of that passionate community, it can come off like a cult. So just be aware that when you're talking to your friends and family about keto or anything else that you're really passionate about, gardening or anything like that, that you might come off like a nutcase.
You're too enthusiastic about it. And coming from personal experience, I tried every diet there is known to man. Nothing ever worked consistently. So when I started keto and I saw how well it worked, I thought this was amazing. Like, it was a miracle. It's too good to be true. We found the key. I eat this type of food. It fills me up. I eat less overall. I lose weight. And it's that simple. If you eat meat, fat, and green vegetables, you will lose weight. And people look at you like you're crazy. So yes, I do think that there's culty thinking behind keto because you feel like you've seen, it's not like some kind of conspiracy, but you've seen the light. You know now what you have to eat to be healthy. You feel better and you want other people to feel better. So that is why I do think that keto can be a cult.
But there is also something to be said about keto and ketosis where it's like either you're in it or you're not in it. Kind of like you're in a cult or you're not in a cult, you know? So I can see why people are like, well, that's not keto because you're not doing it correctly. So there is that type of aspect.
Well, that also, if you think about a lot of cults, there is a lot of people who are negative in the cult.
Right.
And they keep you in the cult and they tell you everything that you're doing wrong. And so I would call these people the keto police, right? And speaking of cults, there are products out there that have a cult-like following, and Element is one of them. And they are actually the sponsor of today's video. That was not planned. Element is a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything that you need and nothing that you don't. That means lots of salt with no sugar. Element contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Electrolytes play an important role in how we feel on keto. And when you go into ketosis, you lose a lot of water, and inside that water are your electrolytes. Element replenishes your electrolytes and makes you feel better. And honestly, they are the best tasting electrolyte supplements that we have ever tried. We love Element. Seriously, what else can we say? We absolutely love this product. We drink it every day. If you love salt and salty things, you are going to be amazed at how Element tastes.
And for a limited time, our Keto Twins community can get a free sample pack of Element. All you have to do is pay for shipping. You can click the link in the description and get your sample pack today.
Thanks so much to Element for sponsoring another video on our channel. Sponsors help keep our channel going, you guys. And thanks to you guys for supporting our sponsors. I know that some of you guys are very, very enthusiastic about keto, and so you want to spread the word about keto, and you want to correct people when you think that they're not doing the keto the way that you want, but all you're doing is pushing people away from making better choices overall. And Sarah and I, we like to be relaxed about our content and the way that we live ketogenically because we feel like many people in this country, even doing dirty keto to them is a big deal. You kind of discount them and their effort when you tell them that you shouldn't be eating wheat on keto and you shouldn't be eating this or that on keto. Listen, ketosis is a state your body goes into when you eat below a certain threshold of carbs. It doesn't matter if you eat flour. It doesn't matter if you eat sugar. If you eat below that threshold, you're still in ketosis. And that's what we focus on. So I think that it comes from the thing of wanting to be right. But instead of being right, how about you just be empathetic? And if you don't eat wheat on keto, that doesn't mean that you have to tell everybody that. I'm just saying. And if someone is brand new to keto, allow them to find out what works for them.
Right. Maybe offer and say, you know, there are different ways to pursue keto. You can do dirty keto or lazy or
well, some
clean.
people don't believe that. They really do believe that
Right.
like wheat is not keto. Therefore, you have to tell everybody that whenever you see somebody eating a low carb tortilla that they're not doing it right. And it's just confusing for them. And honestly, it makes people not want to ask questions and not want to be a part of a group because they're afraid of being attacked about their food choices. And so Sarah and I really think that you're going to catch more flies with honey in this situation, and you can always make it cleaner. You can always, clean up your diet. You can always take wheat out or take whatever out, but you have to get to the point where you see the benefits enough that you want to take that journey into like a even cleaner version of keto. Because if you're going from the standard American diet of eating 500 carbs a day, just even switching out a piece of bread for a low-carb tortilla is still going to be a huge deal for you.
Right.
And that's what we encourage, is small steps towards this big goal and just doing the best that you can meal by meal. And if you attack people, then I can see why people think that people are crazy on keto. I can see why people get turned off by keto. And I can see how watching some of the content that's out there that's like, these 5 oils will ruin your diet, or these 5 oils cause inflammation in your knee joint. It's very negative.
And it's polarizing.
I think that that's because in content creation and the content world, it's easier to get a click with a negative thing, which is funny because they talk about being inflammatory, the oils, but they are being inflammatory in their content. And Sarah and I, we try to have a funny and positive spin on keto because we feel like it's so serious and we just want to laugh and we just want to
It's a difficult journey and we don't want to focus on that type of content. So we would rather choose something that maybe would keep people and teach people how to stay on keto for life.
Rather than telling them everything
that they can't eat
like
all the time.
Going through the grocery store and saying, this is bad for you, and so is this, and so is this. To me, a lot of it is based on getting you to click because it's negative. And so then you go off and you start to say to other people, well, so-and-so said that this butter is bad because this cow didn't eat grass on Wednesday. It gets crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can see if someone's just, I'm going to try keto tomorrow, and then they come in to the group and they say, this is my first meal, and someone goes, oh, well, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, you used this type of mayonnaise, you did whatever. I can understand why people might be totally turned off by the keto community and say, bye, this is not a positive experience for me. We want to be that kind of safe space for people to not make mistakes, but find out what works for them. Because I'm telling you that we grew up trying every diet known to man, and the way that we do keto, technically keto, relaxed keto, with an emphasis on whole foods, but treating ourselves. It works because now we're like 3 years and 4 months into this journey, and there is not one part of me that's going to be going off this anytime soon or ever. We just want to encourage people to do the best that they can and then take it from there. Don't let other people shame you into following keto the way that they do because they are the most outspoken. Those are the people that make keto look bad.
I think that in our group, if you guys want to join our group, we'll leave a link in the description below. But our group is pretty good because if someone does turn out to be keto policey, if you will, they are nice and say, we follow a technically keto lifestyle where we eat things like this all the time. They kind of say, please don't do that in a kind and respectful way. And so I feel like, a lot of people in our group are similar minded to us, thankfully. But it's not like that in other groups, I would say. So
from an inside perspective, even being keto, being a keto content creator, being keto for 3.5 years, going to be being keto the rest of my life, I can still see why people are turned off by this lifestyle. And it doesn't have to be that way. So if someone that you know is turning keto and they're doing a bunch of stuff that you wouldn't do, maybe don't correct them and let them find that out on their own. Because people do not like to be made to feel stupid. I'm sorry, they don't. The way that some people come off when they say, don't eat this, don't eat that, you're doing this wrong, this raises my blood sugar, so you definitely can't eat it. You're going to be responsible for turning people away. And that is why people think keto is a cult. Because cults are about groupthink, people having a very specific mindset, when keto is not a one-size-fit-all solution, is the wrong way to go about it, I think. You don't necessarily have to be a keto warrior that goes around the internet and fights for the cause or anything like that. No one cares. And keto is a way to eat, and it's a lifestyle, and therefore people are very enthusiastic about it. But there's a positive way to be about it, and then there's negative. A good way to kind of gauge what side you're on in all of this is when you interact in the comment section, do people typically respond positively to your comment, or do they start arguing with you?
Right.
Do you go looking for ways to correct people constantly? Then you may be a part of the problem.
Right.
So I'm not saying that everybody has to be sunshine and rainbows all the time, but if you're constantly getting in arguments with people on the internet, then
maybe it's you.
Maybe it's you. There you go. And you know what? 99.99999% of you are just the most beautiful souls that we could not ask for a better audience. But then there's just one or two that, can turn off people from this lifestyle. So that's what we try to protect people from and kind of stop it there and say, hey, that's not the way that we do things here. Relax. Just relax about this, okay?
That's like the worst thing to say, though.
I know.
Someone just fight, just
I've
relax.
said that before, and I don't know any other word to say it. Can you just calm down? And like, calm down also is not a way to get people to calm down, but just like, hi, we're relaxed here.
Yeah.
So why don't you just relax about it? What do you guys feel about this? Do you think that keto has a cult-like mentality? What do you think that we can do to kind of not let people be too overwhelmed to give it a try? And not to turn off people from ever trying it. Because, listen, it works. We don't want to scare people away. Like, you don't want to scare your family members away. You want to, like, you want to lead them in. I know, now I'm starting to really sound like a cult, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's the problem.
like, lead them in a keto. But seriously, though, you catch more flies with honey. I'm just going to say that. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. We would love to hear it.
So if you guys like this video, please give this video a like. It really does help us out with the YouTube algorithm so that more people see our videos. And don't forget to subscribe for more keto lifestyle content. If you guys want to see other videos by us, you can click on one of the videos on the screen and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Emily.
And we are the Keto Twins, signing out.
You said that weird at the end there.